Imagine two gardens, one lush, vibrant and full of life, the other barren, arid and struggling for survival. Can you guess which one uses less water? Contrary to what you might think, the thriving garden uses less water. How? Through smart strategic choices. The vibrant garden is teeming with drought-tolerant plants, a small yet impactful shift that saves water and money. Surprised? Let's dive into a world where saving water doesn't mean compromising on your garden's beauty. Drought-tolerant gardening. Sounds complicated, right? But it's simpler than you think, and the benefits are astounding. Imagine a garden that thrives even in the driest of conditions. A garden that doesn't gulp down gallons of water but sips it sparingly, like a connoisseur savoring a fine wine. This is the magic of drought-tolerant gardening, a smart and sustainable approach to horticulture that's as beneficial to your wallet as it is to the environment. Firstly, let's talk savings. Traditional gardening can be a thirsty business. With drought-tolerant plants, you'll see a significant drop in your water bills. These hardy species have adapted to survive with less water, meaning you can keep your garden lush and lively without draining your resources or your bank account. But it's not just about saving water. Drought-tolerant gardening also means less maintenance. Forget the endless watering, the constant battle against dry soil. These plants are survivors, evolved to thrive in arid conditions. They demand less of your time, freeing you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the beauty of your garden. And then there's the environmental impact. Every drop of water we save is a small victory in the fight against climate change. Drought-tolerant plants are champions of conservation, helping to preserve our precious water resources. By choosing these plants, you're not just creating a garden, you're making a statement of care and commitment to our planet. But don't think you have to sacrifice aesthetics for sustainability. Far from it. Drought-tolerant plants come in a stunning array of shapes, sizes, and colors. From the vibrant hues of succulents to the striking silhouettes of cacti, these plants offer a unique visual appeal. They're a testament to nature's resilience, a reminder that beauty can flourish even in the harshest of conditions. So, a beautiful garden that saves water, time, and money? Yes, it's possible. With drought-tolerant gardening, you can create a vibrant, verdant oasis that's not just sustainable but also stunning. By making smart, informed choices, you can enjoy the rewards of gardening without the guilt of waste. Now, isn't that a refreshing thought? Now, let's introduce you to the stars of your new garden. First up, the hardy agave. This striking succulent thrives under full sun and only needs occasional watering. It's a showstopper with its dramatic rosette shape and sharp leaf tips. Next is the resilient red yucca. Despite its name, it's not a true yucca. This plant loves the sun, requires minimal watering and adds a touch of the tropics with its tall, coral-colored flower spikes. Third, we have the vibrant blanket flower. This perennial bursts with red and yellow blooms and thrives in full sun. It's a low-water plant, perfect for adding a pop of color to your garden. At number 4, the Russian sage. This plant, with its silvery foliage and purple flowers, is a sun lover that's drought-tolerant. Its fragrant leaves are a bonus, adding a sensory element to your garden. Fifth on our list is the evergreen blue spruce. This compact shrub adds a dash of blue to the landscape and is remarkably drought-tolerant. It thrives under full sun and requires little to no maintenance. Sixth, the elegant lavender. Known for its delightful scent and beautiful purple flowers, this plant is a sun lover and requires minimal watering once established. Seventh, the penstemon, a hummingbird favorite. This perennial produces vibrant tubular flowers, thrives in full sun, and requires low to moderate watering. At number 8, the butterfly bush. This plant, true to its name, attracts butterflies with its fragrant blooms. It loves the sun and is impressively drought-tolerant. Ninth, we have the tough-as-nails sedum. This succulent comes in various shapes and sizes, thrives under full sun, and requires minimal watering, making it an excellent choice for a drought-tolerant garden. 10th, the colorful coneflower. This perennial is a pollinator magnet, thrives in full sun, and is incredibly drought-tolerant. Its vibrant flowers add a splash of color to any garden. At number 11, the stone crop. This low-growing succulent forms a carpet of color and is remarkably drought-tolerant. Next, the sage. This plant's aromatic leaves and colorful flowers are a delight. It thrives under full sun and requires minimal watering. At number 13, the California poppy. This wildflower lights up any garden with its bright orange blooms. It's a sun lover and remarkably drought-tolerant. 14th on our list is the cacti. These iconic desert dwellers come in all shapes and sizes, thrive under full sun, and require minimal watering. 15th, the echinacea. This plant, with its large, daisy-like flowers, is a sun lover and incredibly drought-tolerant. At number 16, the yarrow. This perennial, with its feathery leaves and clusters of flowers, thrives under full sun and is impressively drought-tolerant. 17th, the creeping thyme. This plant forms a fragrant carpet of color, loves the sun, and requires minimal watering. At number 18, the rock rose. This plant, with its vibrant flowers and evergreen leaves, is a sun lover and is remarkably drought-tolerant. 19th, the aloe vera. Known for its medicinal properties, this succulent thrives under full sun and requires minimal watering. And finally, the 20th star of your new garden is the ornamental grass. This plant adds texture and motion to your garden, loves the sun, and is impressively drought-tolerant. With these superstars, you're all set to start your drought-tolerant garden. Designing a garden is like painting a picture, and you're the artist. The canvas is your soil and the paint is your selection of drought-tolerant plants. Now let's dive into the world of garden design with a water-wise perspective. First, let's talk about soil. The perfect foundation for your drought-tolerant garden is well-drained soil. If you've got heavy clay or sandy soil, don't despair. You can amend it with organic matter like compost or well-rotted manure to improve its structure and water-holding capacity. Remember, healthy soil equals healthy plants. Next is plant grouping. This is a savvy strategy often overlooked. Group plants with similar watering needs together. This not only makes watering more efficient but also reduces competition for water. For instance, group succulents like sedum and echeveria together as they all require minimal watering. Now let's talk aesthetics. Just because you're planting drought-tolerant species doesn't mean you need to compromise on beauty. Consider the color, texture, and heights of your plants to create visual interest. Create a balanced look by repeating certain plants and colors. For instance, the silver foliage of a drought-tolerant lavender can provide a striking contrast against the deep green of a juniper. Don't forget about the power of paths and patios. These elements can reduce the amount of water needed by decreasing the total area of thirsty lawn. Plus, they add functionality and structure to your garden. Lastly, think about your garden's overall layout. Position your plants taking into consideration their mature size. This ensures each plant will have enough space to grow and thrive, and it helps to prevent overcrowding. Designing a drought-tolerant garden is not just about saving water, it's about creating a resilient and beautiful outdoor space that can weather the dry spells. It's about making smart, sustainable choices that benefit not just your garden, but our planet as well. Remember, a well-planned garden is a thriving garden. A little care goes a long way, even for drought-tolerant plants. Now let's talk maintenance. Even though these plants are built to withstand dry conditions, they still need some attention. Occasional watering is key. Despite being drought-tolerant, these plants aren't completely water-independent. Give them a drink every now and then, especially during extended dry spells, and always water early in the morning or late in the evening to minimize evaporation. Pruning too is part of the routine. Regular trimming helps maintain the plant's shape and promotes healthier growth. Just make sure to prune during the plant's dormant period to avoid causing stress. And let's not forget about pest control. While drought-tolerant plants are generally less susceptible to pests, it's always good to keep an eye out. If you spot any infestations, handle them promptly to prevent them from spreading. With these tips in mind, your garden will not just survive, but thrive. We've journeyed through the world of drought-tolerant gardening together. We've discovered the benefits: lower water bills, reduced maintenance, and a positive environmental impact. We've explored the top 20 drought-tolerant plants and learned how to design and maintain a water-wise garden. The beauty of gardening doesn't have to come at the expense of our planet. Are you ready to save water, save money, and create a garden that's not just stunning but also sustainable? Start your drought-tolerant garden today.